Ashwin Bedi, unpacking the latest sports news, including a mighty sports weekend. Should I keep talking? Okay. Good day and welcome to the Sport Wrap Show. I'm your host Ashwin Bedi, unpacking the latest sports news, including a mighty sporting weekend which marks the beginning of the 2023 Rugby World Cup in France. But first, let's look at the latest on the hit list. Namibia and Italy will face off at Stade Geoffroy Guichard on Saturday at 1 p.m. The Namibian rugby nation is expected to have little to no sleep as the national rugby team prepares for battle. The excitement has been building for months, and now the time that rugby enthusiasts have been waiting for has finally arrived. The city of Saint Etienne in France will make up to Italian and Namibian chants by dawn tomorrow as the two nations go head-to-head in their first group stage match. Namibia has played in 7 Rugby World Cups before, but there is always a new hope ignited every time they wear the prestigious national colors on the world's biggest rugby stage. The fans and players have been yearning for their first ever victory at a World Cup. Praised for qualifying again, the fans have demanded a bit more from the team every time they put their bodies on the line for the nation at the global showpiece. The Italians may prove a tough nut to crack, but coach Alistair Coetzee has placed his hopes on the Namibian players to deliver. Namibia's Brave Warriors coach Colin Benjamin's Chargers will head into tomorrow's friendly match against South Africa's Bafana Bafana, knowing that bragging rights are at stake. The two teams will meet in an international friendly at Orlando Stadium on Saturday at 3 p.m. It has always been a match where both sets of players needed little motivation when the two teams crossed paths. The rivalry between the two neighboring countries might have lost some of its venom, but some players are still expected to have that fire in their belly when playing against each other. Benjamin and Ronnie Canalelo, who will be on the touchline for the Brave Warriors, are well aware of the fixture's history. In a recent interview, Benjamin admitted that a match against their neighbors is always special. He emphasized his excitement at leading a brave and talented team against one of Southern Africa's most developed nations. Here is what Benjamin had to say.
Yeah, I think we started really the way you don't want to start. 2 minutes after kickoff, we trailing 1-0. We lose the ball in the build-up. Young player, Tuli loses the ball, and obviously at that level you're going to get punished. But I think we showed resilience, we showed character by coming back with Jamba as a debutant scoring that goal 1-1. And then just after that, I think that's something we'd also have to work on, where we basically kind of relax, or 2 or 3-4 of them give 10% less, and then if you have 3-4 giving 10% less, you have 30% less, and that's how the opponents could also go into the lead with a 2-1 in the halftime. But luckily through the halftime we could regroup. Tactically we have a few changes that we did within that group. We could work better against the ball. We closed the Zimbabweans down, and we, out of that organization and structure, we could pin them basically in their half, and we created a few good chances. The one notable one 10 minutes before time, where Uda Kambanda basically was alone. He normally has to do it, normally will do it in his sleep, and we passed that one. And then went to the penalties, and I think that's always gamble. So that's some of the experience that we have to take from that game. But all in all, I think what we did the second half was really giving appetite, and I think that was character, that was resilience, and for this Chan group, definitely impressions that we took from that match.
Anything else that you'd like to add?
I think now with the whole team coming together against tomorrow in the field against South Africa, we had these few guys, debutants, that made a good mark on themselves. Levy coming through with Turu Kambato, delivering good crosses. So these boys, those are the lights on this game, and they rewarded by going with the team now, with the full international team, to South Africa on this weekend. We're looking forward to having Peter Shitembi back. We're looking forward to have Dion Hotto back. They just scored over the weekend. And we've got some of our guys that's playing in Continental Cups in Africa that's going to be part of the team. And Saturday at the Orlando Stadium, we're going to have our full team, and we're just looking forward to this game. There's always something against South Africa, Namibia, and prestige. We want to upset the big brother. We're going to be aggressive. We're hungry. You know, it's these young boys that is playing with some of their peers there in South Africa, and we are delighted that we're going to have a game of this magnitude, with South Africa bringing in their strongest possible squad, and this is really, really good stuff. And we're going to give our most on that field, and we're definitely looking forward to this.
The hit list continues with an interview of African Stars top coach Mervin Bakera, who has managed to win the league. We take a look at what to expect in his coaching style.
You know, this is my belief. Already the result, we have to get it. There's no compromise on that. We need to get the result. And this is my philosophy or my belief that, you know, when it comes to the result, we then make sure that, okay, the players are responsible now. But when it comes to the performance on the game, we are responsible. We can, you know, we as the technical team can have a master plan, né? But on that day, if the precision is missing to put the most important thing in the net, you know, so we have to make sure that the performance is up to that standard, the preparation is up to that standard, and then the players take that ownership in terms of the result, making sure that the precision in the plan that is there, the tactics that is there have to be executed at the end of the day. So in that aspect, every game we go in terms of getting the results, and that doesn't change.
We will now go for a short break, and after that, we look at what is in the pipeline. The third version of the Nedbank City Dash will take place on Sunday morning from the Zoo Park on Independence Avenue in Windhoek. The event, with more than 2,000 participants, is not only a sporting event but a day for friends and family to enjoy. The City Dash starts at 7:30 a.m. with the elite 10-kilometer race for women, men under 18 runners, as well as wheelchair and visually impaired athletes. The winners of the respective elite divisions will be able to pick up incredible prizes with the courtesy of the organizers and sponsors. The participants in the 5 and 10-kilometer fun run and walk start an hour later. The event will be broadcast live from 7 a.m. by Namibia Media Holdings NTV team on oneup2.com. Sport Rap, Namibian Sun, Republican, and NMH's Facebook pages. Let us now hear from Yvonne Brinkman about some of the things we can expect.
In 2019, due to COVID and all the things that went around it, there was a bit of a pause period, but we're very excited to do the 223 event, and also to Nedbank for their ongoing commitment, and then to the other sponsors who come on board, Paratus to keep us connected, NHP, our health partner, Checkers for food and sustenance, Ineos for cars and support, and then iPhone for produce and some fun things to give away. So we've got, I think, a good team, and we actually hope to keep the whole partnership going, both with Nedbank and all our co-sponsors, and to really grow the event in the future. One of the things that Jeff here touched upon is that it's a very inclusive event. We have pro athletes, we have scholars, we have social people, we have companies, we have an entire range, because I actually did the event in 2019 and it was a lot of fun. It was all sorts of people, all sorts of walks of life, very social, and we're hoping to grow on that. There are three events that we offer. There's the Fun Run 5 kilometre, Fun K 10 kilometre. And then the third event is the Lead K 10 kilometre. The Lead K 10 kilometre is only for people who can complete the course in 55 minutes, and we're going to have a strict cut-off. 55 minutes is a reasonable time for a fit person, but the fastest people usually do it in 30 minutes. So the idea is just to keep that really for the top fast runners, and the social people can start a bit later. So the lead starts at 7, and the social will start at 8 o'clock. And I think, the route is here. It's at Zoo Park Gardens where the start is. Then the athletes will run down to Ausbahnplatz, Sneeman Circle, back up Independence, and then a bit further towards the Checkers, the 5K turnaround is, and for the 10 kilometre they carry on all the way to the fire station traffic circle, and then finish at Zoo Park Gardens. We've also got entertainment lined up, food stores, and all the rest of it, so a fun day for family, friends and colleagues.
The Shell V Power Swakop time trial of the Wavish Bay Motor Club will start on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. without Peter Greef, with his Muhatu and his navigator JP Robinson in the S1 class. Greef is one of the teams that, due to mechanical problems and other commitments, cannot participate in the third round of the National Championship. Now, Greef Seal Consulting Engineers 2x4 Toyota Corolla's gearbox is experiencing some niggles, so Pierre Rom and Peter Steyn will have to tackle the stages alone in the S2 class. Alan Martin and Jaco Redeling-Huys in the S4 class will also not register for the event. Vero Diepenaar and Caroline Swan with their PZN panel beaters 4x4 Ford Fiesta R5 will not miss this competition. The S2 class is packed with participants who will ensure an extremely competitive competition. Dirk Redman is taking on the challenge with Harry Johan Barman in his 4x4 Hilux. The V8s in the CR1 class will be pure pleasure to racing enthusiasts' ears. Now, as we approach the final weekend of the MTC Netball Namibia Premier League, with teams set to battle on Saturday at the Commersdal Netball Courts, let's look at a recap of how events unfolded last year.
You guys are giving boring speeches. It's a very joyous event. We want to make the speeches very long. Imelda, MTC is not the most important partner in this venture. I think the most important people here today are the players. So please give yourselves a big round of applause. Without the players, we would not have anybody to sponsor. I think let's get that right. I think secondly, let's please give a round of applause for the administrators of the league. I know as players, it's very easy to just wake up, go train, and expect there to be a field booked, umpires in the sun, and everybody running around. So please, again, give them a big round of applause. Now, the one team is not clapping hands, I don't know why. Can we do that again? Thank you. From the MTC side, and I think Rebecca slightly touched a bit on it, that we can only improve. From our side, we look at this as things going very smooth. If you look at what give in terms of funds and the returns of investment, it's actually triple. So we are excited and we are happy. Things can probably improve, but from our end we are very satisfied with the results. So today we'd like to appreciate all the players who have committed. We'd like to appreciate all the administrators, everybody who has made time, the police from the media, the fans, the family members who have supported each and every one of you. I'd like to say thank you very much. Mr. Muya, there's only one message I think I wanted to share with your attention. When it comes to funding, I think as corporate Namibia we ought to do better. And I understand that 12 teams have participated, and some teams are going to come from, I think, the regions to join next league, the next season. But we need to fix that first league, that first division, so that we produce quality. It's already competitive in the league, but it can only get better if we fix the first division. I call on all the corporate Namibians who make back from this country to really invest back in the girl child. The days of women investment or reaping in sports being second to that of men should be something of the past. But this can only happen if we pump in money in there. So thank you very much.
Tutsi Yashinda Kambatukushihero, and I am the goal attack of Mighty Gunners team.
Okay, Tutsi, congratulations on your victory.
Thank
you. Take us through the season.
Yeah, it has been a very, very rough season for us. We started off very well, and I think we have kept the consistency and we maintained it, and then we finished off in style today and it came out with a clean sweep.
Yeah, rough season, but you didn't lose a single match.
Yes.
How was that rough?
No, it was rough as in no team was a team to underestimate. So we knew that every game is going to be a hard game. So a win was very unpredictable with most of the teams in this league. So coming out with a clean sweep was not an easy thing.
Last season, I think you finished third?
No, we finished second.
You finished second last season?
Oh, let me say we finished equal, but then on goal difference we lost.
Yeah. So was this an inspiration?
Yes.
Was that an inspiration?
It was not really an inspiration, but it was a step, a stone to step on. So I think that motivated us to work more hard.
Okay, you've won the league this season. What are the plans for next season?
Next season, we cannot really say much. We don't know whether we're going to have the same squad or different squad. But then, come next year again, if we have the same squad, I think we will go for the aim of winning the league again.
Who were the most difficult opponents this season?
I think Namibian Tigers.
Why?
Those two games were very hard.
Why?
Especially with Tigers, they have a very big base of players that play in the national team. So playing against them was always hard, and especially with us players having the fear that we are playing against the national team players. So a game against Tigers was a game to sleep over.
For next season, who do you think will be the favorites to win the league?
I mean, looking at things as they are, with NCS and their recruitment policy that they brought out and their recruiting netball players, I think they will have a good team next season.
It's time for Le Rugby Joel, and the excitement is building. What we have from our crew at the center of the action in France is something that you will absolutely love.
The countdown 2023 Rugby World Cup, it's happening just a short time till the kickoff, 9 p.m. Friday evening. So it's a big excitement, and also big excitement at the Eiffel Tower. I spoke to 4 guys that were cycling. That was a cycling event when they brought the whistle to Jacob Pijper, who's the referee of the opening game. And let's hear some of the opinions and some of the thoughts of some of the people at the Eiffel Tower. Firstly, this is what a backdrop. All the way from Twickenham, you did it, cycle all the way.
Yeah, awesome. It's been a great ride. Lekker, we've got a few beers in along the way. So we didn't have to do a drive, but it's been a really great experience. Yep.
You're in Bangkok now, but you're originally from South Africa.
Origin from South Africa, Benoni.
Benoni?
Benoni benors het wees.
Jy skree vir die bokke?
Altyd.
Altyd?
Ja.
Dink jy die bokke kan dit doen?
Ek dink hulle kan dit doen, ja.
Okay, hulle weet nie wat ons sê nie.
Nee, ons hou dit maar so, né?
Okay. Good friends of yours from Australia. We just talked about who might win the World Cup.
Right.
Your thoughts?
I wonder what the outcome of that conversation was.
This backdrop, you can't beat that. But
Yeah,
coming
fantastic.
here, it's a great cause as well, bringing the whistle.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's the end of a very long journey for Ron, and it was a pleasure to be able to join him for the last leg. And 180 riders. I mean, it was a fantastic time right from start to the finish. You know, great group of guys, and to join with Ron and close this chapter, it's been phenomenal.
You made a good friends as well. You've got quite a few friends from France as well that you're in Paris.
Well, we're old friends, so we probably spent too much time together. But yeah, met a lot of good mates.
Many miles.
Really well. But it's a privilege for us to be in your city.
Yeah.
How does it feel to have the World Cup here in France?
Well, I'm very proud of it, and
Hopes it stays here.
I wish I could stay for much longer. Now, having done this ride, combining the passion of cycling and rugby with the opening game against New Zealand, I think that would be brilliant. So, yeah, I'm very happy to be here, and of course, welcoming everybody else to enjoy the game in France. And I hope it will be a great World Cup.
It's special World Cup. Everybody from your country has been so friendly to all of us.
At the moment, yes.
At the moment,
wait a
when
bit,
we
and
leave, it's
maybe it will change. Depending who will play, it may change after.
It will maybe change in the opening game against New Zealand.
But for the moment, we are friendly with everybody. We are confident. Let's see after.
Enjoy the World Cup.
Okay, thank you.
Nou ja, dis dan die mening daarvan vir al die Fransman wat sê ons moet wag na die rugby wêreldbeker. Dan is hulle nie meer so vriendelikie, maar vir nou is hulle baie vriendelik. So is 'n heerlike atmosfeer hier so in Parys. Rugby wêreldbeker 2023 wat begin. Ek het ook vir John Hines, hy's die hoofuitvoerende beampte van Namibia rugby ook gekry by die Eiffeltoring in Parys. En kom ons hoor wat sê hy in die opbou na die groot wedstryd Namibia teen Italië. Wêreldbeker 2023 in Frankryk. John Hines voorreg om saam te wees, president ook Petri Tron. John, eerstens, dis nou môre, ewe skielik. Die afskop is nou naby. Wat hoor jy daar van die kamp? Is die manne gereed?
Die manne is gereed. Hulle is reg vir die Italianers en ons gaan 'n bietjie vir die Italianers wys waar word biltong gemaak.
Ja. En ons het al voorheen teen hulle gespeel, natuurlik in vorige wedstryde, maar dit is 'n tydjie terug. Namibia se blootstelling ook in die opbou, gelukkig met wat in Suid-Amerika ook gebeur het.
Ja, natuurlik was dit natuurlik vir ons 'n deurslaggewende uitslag geweest om te kyk wat is die kombinasie wat die agterspan mee gelukkig sou wees en natuurlik om die beste span vir die eerste wedstryd te kies.
Ja, en Petri, sommer net die logistiek ook rondom dit van rugby Namibia se kant af om op die ouend 'n dag voor die afskop hier te wees. Jy het nou nog eintlik goed wat jy aan aandag moet gee, so dit hou eintlik op hier.
Dit hou nooit op, Arie, dat ek dit sê, jy weet dat die ding hier rondom is dat ek moet vir jou sê Rugby France het fantastiese reëlings. Ek sê alles is in plek. Hierdie ouens het regtig aan alles gedink. Ek moet sê dit is 'n goeie teken, weet as hulle so professioneel afskop alreeds. So dit verg baie, jy weet, dis baie mense, dis nie net die toeriste wat inkom nie, dis al die spanne, dis jy weet al die delegates soos ek sê, jy weet ook oral ingeskakel raak. Maar weet wat, hierdie ouens weet hoe om dit te doen, hoor. Ek dink is professioneel by uitstek en ons kan verseker weet dat hierdie toernooi gaan 'n groot sukses wees.
'n Groot dag Namibia teen Italië. Ek dink tog ons kan Italië baie diep in die oë kyk. Dit sal 'n lekker wedstryd wees daar in Saint-Étienne 1 uur Saterdagmiddag daar afskoptyd. Onthou natuurlik ook, dit is openingswedstryd van Frankryk 2023 wat 9 uur Vrydag aand begin afskop en dit is Nieu-Seeland teen Frankryk. Tot dan, allez le bleu en ons is opgewonde rugby wêreldbeker 2023.
Well, as you guys can see, the setting is looking nice. We are getting ready. I have my sunglasses on, just chilling soft, and I'm joined by Winmar here, chairman of the Trusker United Rugby Club. How are you doing today, man?
Thanks for having me. Doing very well, thank you.
Okay, well, let's get right into it. I mean, we have a big game on our hands today. We are all excited for the fact that the Rugby World Cup officially starts today after a long countdown, after all this anticipation and expectations that we all have. But talk to us about the fan park that we have here at Trusker United.
Yeah, so it's the idea that our board came up with to raise a bit of funds and to create a bit of awareness and to put United even more on the map. So we decided to create a fan park for the World Cup, and I mean it's being World Cup here, it's the perfect occasion. So yeah, it's gonna be nice. There's gonna be a kiddies area. There's beer, everything. So yeah, that's the concept behind it, and we invite the public to come and join us.
Okay, well, as you heard from the man himself, do make sure that you guys come through to the Trustco United Fan Park where you can watch the game. How big is the screen? I had a rumor that it's, I don't remember, 4 by something, 2 by something?
4 by 2 point something. I'm not sure, but it's big enough for everyone to see.
You know, it's been a good year for Trustco United. I mean, congratulations for last week with the NRU Premier League. But how important is it to always have events like this? To host like the fan park. I mean, the Rugby World Cup, Namibia has been there ever since we can remember. It's a big World Cup for us. We could win our first game this year, and if you are at the fan park, you can definitely watch that game as well, where we might get our first win against Uruguay. That's just me bravely saying that. But do you think we'll get our first win this year?
I think so. I think the guys are prepared, and I think the all of Namibia is behind the boys to back them. I think the new NRU board is behind the boys to back them financially and with everything else. And yeah, we're well prepared, we have a good team, we're fit. I think we have a good balance between forwards and backs, the best we've had.
Yeah.
So let's see what they can offer.
Let's see what they can offer. Well, okay, before I do let you go, let's talk a little bit more about the fan park. Why should people come to Trustco United for the fan park?
Like as I said, we have a kiddies area. The clubhouse will be open. There's screens inside. We have the big screen outside. We have waiters that's going to service you. We have the entry fee for if you come on your own, it's 70 per person.
Okay.
And if you want to book a table, a corporate table, it's going to be 2,000. But
that
includes a mixture for drinks as well, and the platter for the table. And you have your own dedicated waiter that's going to be running between the tables, and you have your own tab, everything. So it's going to be a lekker gees, it's going to be lekker people. So we invite the public to please come and join us. It's going to be like experience.
Well, you heard it from the man himself. It definitely sounds like somewhere where you want to be, because the first game is tonight, and I guarantee you I will be here tonight. I will make sure I am here. But before we do let you leave, this is something that I always like doing. I want you to give me your prediction. I know you're a big All Blacks fan, but give me your prediction for tonight's match, where we see the host nation France taking on New Zealand's All Blacks. What is your prediction for that match?
I think the All Blacks will bounce back from the defeat against South Africa, so I think they will, I'll say All Blacks by 5.
All Blacks by 5. Well, bold statement by the man himself. Host nation is losing to the All Blacks because they are supposed to bounce back, he says. But that's all that we have for you from the team. But do make sure to come to Trustco United for the fan park, where we will be here later today.
All right, that brings us to